You are one click away from winning. Your heart is pounding. A sudden mistake happens, your streak is ruined, and an intense heat rushes into your face. You feel pure rage. Why does a tiny mistake make you want to destroy everything? You call this feeling tilt. Your friends call it losing control. When you tilt, your rational brain shuts down completely and leaves you acting like a cornered animal in the wild. Your progress stops. Have you ever wondered what actually happens inside your head when you tilt? The real answer is far stranger. You are not just angry. You are experiencing a deeply ancient biological response that kept your ancestors alive in the harsh and unforgiving wilderness. Your brain seeks survival. Are you ready to see the matrix of your own mind?
Let us look at a modern office. You sit at your desk. Your boss walks over, criticizes your project loudly in front of everyone, and then walks away without another word. You feel totally sick. Why does a simple string of words cause actual physical pain? Your body does not know the difference. Your brain processes social rejection identically. Dr. Naomi Eisenberger discovered this truth when she scanned human brains during moments of social exclusion and watched the pain centers light up. You feel physical injury. Does it make sense now? Why a lost promotion actually hurts? Your brain is a survival machine. It constantly scans your environment. It looks for physical danger, but it also heavily monitors your social standing within the broader group to ensure your safety. You need the group. What happens when your standing in the group is suddenly threatened?
You go into full tilt. You lose your prefrontal cortex. This is the advanced part of your brain, responsible for logic, careful planning, and achieving your complex long-term goals. You become entirely impulsive. How can you stop this ancient threat response from ruining your life? A researcher named David Rock knows. He found the definitive answer. He mapped out the exact social triggers that cause your brain to panic and created the famous SCARF model. It reveals 5 pillars. Do you see how these 5 pillars dictate your entire life? Let us explore the first pillar. Status is your relative importance. When you lose a match, your brain does not just see a lower number, but a catastrophic loss of your standing. You feel profound danger. Why do you think losing your competitive rank feels like death? Low status meant certain starvation anciently. You ate last every time. If you were at the absolute bottom of the tribe, you had no protection, and you died first during winter. Your boss promotes someone else. How can you focus on work when your biology predicts your death?
Think about skill-based matchmaking systems. They force a brutal hierarchy. Every time you log in, the algorithm calculates exactly where you stand compared to millions of other highly competitive players. Your standing is completely exposed. Why do you feel completely worthless when a friend surpasses your rank? Your brain sees a tribal replacement. The tribe values the strong. If your friend is perceived as a better hunter, your unconscious mind panics because it thinks you will be left behind. You feel intense biological jealousy. How can you genuinely congratulate them when your survival is threatened? You simply cannot function normally. You completely tilt under pressure. You make incredibly bad decisions, you lash out at your peers, and you actively ruin your actual chances of moving up. You constantly sabotage yourself. Are you starting to realize how your ancient wiring holds you back?
The second pillar is pure certainty. Your brain loves predicting futures. When you know exactly what is going to happen, your brain can conserve vital energy for other complex cognitive tasks. You feel entirely safe. What happens when the rules suddenly change without any prior warning? Blind panic sets in immediately. Random number generation ruins games. At work, this happens when rumors of massive corporate layoffs start whispering through the quiet cubicles, and you lose your security. Your brain hates ambiguity. Why does uncertainty feel worse than actually receiving terrible bad news? Consider the modern corporate performance review. It breeds pure psychological uncertainty. You spend months working hard, but you have absolutely no idea what your manager will actually write in your final file. You wait in complete darkness. Why does sitting in the waiting room feel worse than the feedback? The waiting room is pure ambiguity. Your brain simulates terrible outcomes. It prepares your body for the absolute worst case scenario so that you are not caught completely off guard by danger. You exhaust your adrenal glands. Have you ever felt completely drained before the meeting even started? Uncertainty forces massive mental overdrive. It constantly calculates terrible scenarios. You cannot focus on your daily tasks because your mind is obsessed with simulating every possible negative outcome of the event. Your personal productivity drops. Have you ever noticed how paralyzing the fear of the unknown becomes?
The third pillar is fundamental autonomy. This is your personal control. You deeply need to steer your own ship and make your own daily choices without being forced by others. You need total agency. Why is losing control the absolute fastest path to unadulterated pure rage? Dr. Robert Sapolsky proved this scientifically. He studied wild primate populations. He found that monkeys with less control over their environment had massively higher levels of toxic stress hormones in their blood. Your boss constantly micromanages you. How long can you survive in a cage before you bite? You stop caring about real progress. You just want freedom immediately. You start making incredibly reckless plays in your game just to feel something real and prove you are still alive. You rebel against minor rules. Do you see how the desperate need for control drives massive mistakes? The fourth pillar is social relatedness. This is your group safety. It is the warm feeling of being in the protected in-group and knowing exactly who your true friends are. You rely on your tribe. What happens when your own teammates turn against you during competitive combat?
You experience a profound biological shock. Toxic teammates trigger massive threats. In the corporate world, vicious office politics do the exact same destructive thing to your delicate nervous system every single day. You feel entirely alone. Why is social betrayal so deeply devastating to your ultimate mental focus? Think about the dreaded group project. It tests your social relatedness. When one team member stops contributing, the rest of the group instantly turns on them with vicious and highly coordinated aggression. The weak link is eliminated. Why do we punish lazy teammates with such intense and ruthless cruelty? Ancestral survival required total group cooperation. A lazy hunter endangered everyone. If someone ate the tribe's food without contributing to the dangerous hunt, they were a literal threat to the survival of the group. Your brain still punishes laziness. Have you ever felt violently angry at a lazy coworker? An isolated human was dead meat. You cannot survive completely alone. When your relatedness is threatened, your brain stops trying to win the game and focuses entirely on defending its social life. You stop playing properly. Have you ever lost a match purely because your team started fighting? The final pillar is total fairness. You demand a totally just world. You expect the rules of the game to apply equally to everyone playing, regardless of their hidden status or their background. You absolutely hate nasty cheaters. Why does unfairness make you willing to sacrifice yourself just for revenge? This intense fairness is not human. Franz de Waal proved this fact. He showed that monkeys will gladly eat plain cucumbers until they see another monkey getting sweet grapes for the exact same task. The cucumber monkey violently attacks. Have you ever quit a job because a lazy coworker earned more? Unfairness triggers deep biological disgust instantly. It makes you want absolute destruction. You completely stop trying to climb the corporate ladder, and you completely stop trying to improve your mechanical gaming skills. You completely and totally tilt. Do you see how tilt ties directly back to these biological triggers? Let us examine the chemical reality. Your brain releases massive cortisol. This is the primary stress hormone that prepares your body for brutal physical combat and intense physical trauma. Your heart rate violently skyrockets. Why does your body prepare for war when you are safely seated?
Evolution operates incredibly slowly over time. Your body lacks modern software updates. It treats a drop in your matchmaking rating exactly like an approaching predator, and the primitive amygdala takes the wheel instantly. You become a cornered animal. What happens when the amygdala takes complete control of your mind? It literally steals your vital oxygen. This is an amygdala hijack. You literally lose cognitive function and the ability to solve complex problems because the energy is routed to your muscles. You become temporarily very stupid. Have you ever looked back at a game and wondered what happened? You played badly because of chemicals. You operated on lizard instincts. In the business world, this is exactly why smart people send angry emails they instantly regret the very next morning. They type with hijacked amygdalas. How many careers have been destroyed by a single moment of absolute anger? Thousands of careers end every day. Gamers destroy their expensive computer equipment. You must learn to rapidly label the active threat by pausing and asking yourself which of the 5 buttons was pushed. You must clearly name the trigger. Can you imagine how utterly unstoppable you would be without tilt? You pull power from the amygdala. You route energy back properly. You regain total control of the ship and navigate treacherous office politics like a grandmaster playing a complex game of chess. You watch others completely tilt. Are you truly ready to take control of your own biology? It takes real, focused daily practice. Your ancient brain seeks absolute safety. You will still feel the sharp sting of a lost rank, but you no longer have to blindly obey the destructive urge. You consciously choose a different path. Why let a biological glitch stop your ultimate progress in life? Your true potential is utterly massive. Master your completely ancient mind. Do not let the fearful shadow of your ancestors hold you back in a complex modern world full of endless opportunity. Master your entire life. You are one click away from winning, but now you know exactly how to click.